In the bustling heart of New York City, where ambition meets innovation, Jason Hart stood out as a pioneer in biotechnology. He was the mastermind behind Promethean Genetics, a company at the forefront of genetic research. Jason wasn't merely participating in the scientific community. He was leading it, pushing the boundaries toward a groundbreaking discovery. This discovery, a genetic serum, promised to unlock human potential like never before, making disease and aging relics of the past. As Jason neared this monumental achievement, the world watched in awe, anticipating the dawn of a new era in human evolution. Jason's goal was nothing short of revolutionary, a serum that could tap into the dormant capabilities of the human genome, eradicating the vulnerabilities that had plagued humanity for eons. The implications of such a discovery captivated the global audience, placing Jason at the threshold of eternal fame and scientific breakthrough. However, the journey toward groundbreaking innovation is fraught with unexpected perils. This truth came crashing down on Jason with the arrival of Zara Kronos, a figure shrouded in mystery, wielding wealth and power that seemed limitless. Zara extended an offer to Jason that would fast-track his research, providing him with an unrestricted budget in exchange for exclusive access to the serum. This proposal, too good to refuse, marked the beginning of Jason's descent. Blinded by ambition and the lure of immortal fame, he failed to see the ethical minefield he was stepping into. Accepting Zara's offer, Jason unwittingly set a series of events into motion that would forever change the fabric of human existence. The promise of a utopian future was quickly overshadowed by the emerging realities of meddling with the fundamental aspects of life. As Jason began to experiment with the serum, initially on himself, the results were astonishing. He experienced enhancements in strength, intellect, and regenerative abilities, seemingly confirming his wildest theories. But this triumph was fleeting. The darker consequences of his tampering began to surface, manifesting in ways he couldn't have anticipated. Jason's physical transformation was stark. His once vibrant appearance gave way to a pallid, lifeless complexion with veins that resembled dark, twisting serpents under his skin. More troubling were the changes in his psyche. Haunted by nightmarish visions and a growing sense of paranoia, Jason was tormented by the thought that he had unleashed something far beyond human control. The realization of the true nature of his serum, a catalyst for horror rather than hope, plunged Jason into despair. He watched in horror as his dream of advancing humanity twisted into a nightmare of enslavement and mutation. His noble intentions had paved the way for a reality where humans were bound by the very chains they sought to break. Determined to rectify his mistake, Jason attempted to destroy his creation, only to discover that Zara Kronos had already taken steps to ensure its survival and proliferation. The serum had been distributed globally, turning Jason's vision of enlightenment into a worldwide epidemic of monstrosity. In this new era, where the boundaries between human and beast were indistinguishably blurred, Jason found himself ostracized, feared, and hunted by the very beings he sought to elevate. His transformation into a modern Prometheus, punished for bestowing forbidden knowledge upon humanity, was complete. Yet within the depths of despair, Jason clung to a sliver of hope. This hope was rooted in the belief that redemption was still possible, that the future could be reclaimed from the chaos he had sown. To achieve this, Jason knew he would have to face the consequences of his actions head-on, challenging both Zara Kronos' malevolent scheme and the monstrous power he had unleashed upon the world. Shrouded in the remnants of his former glory, Jason Hart found himself a stranger in his own skin, a fusion of man and monster that roamed the peripheries of a society he once sought to elevate. His transformation into something both feared and pitied was a grotesque testament to the price of unchecked ambition. He wrestled with the duality of his nature, between the fading echoes of his humanity and the dark, primal urges spawned by the serum coursing through his veins. This internal battle rendered him a figure of tragedy, caught between two worlds, belonging to neither. The city, with its pulsating neon and the cacophony of life, became a haunting landscape for Jason. It was a constant reminder of the dream that turned into a global nightmare, filled with memories and what-ifs that plagued his conscience. Amidst this backdrop of personal turmoil, the world outside spiraled into chaos. The once promising serum mutated into a catalyst for monstrosity, unraveling the fabric of society as it was known. A flicker of resistance sparked in the shadows, led by Ava, a brilliant geneticist and Jason's former colleague. She stood at the forefront of this nascent rebellion, alongside a dedicated cadre of scientists and survivors who shared a common goal. Their mission was clear: to reverse the cataclysm that Jason's ambition had wrought upon the world. Ava's resolve was fueled not just by the scientific challenge, but by a personal conviction to rectify the past and salvage the remnants of the future they had all once believed in. Paths converged and fates intertwined as Jason, driven by a tumultuous mix of guilt, redemption, and a lingering spark of hope, emerged from the shadows to ally with Ava and her resistance. This unlikely alliance marked a pivotal turn in the battle against the consequences of his own creation. Utilizing his unique abilities, a byproduct of his cursed transformation, Jason became an instrumental force against the very empire he helped create. His profound knowledge of Promethean genetics, combined with the monstrous strength and agility bestowed upon him, empowered the resistance. Together they worked to undermine Zara Kronos' sprawling dystopia, sabotaging the serum's production and distribution. Their efforts also shielded the scientists who worked fervently to develop a cure, marking a beacon of hope amidst the despair. The journey to redemption culminated in an inevitable confrontation with Zara Kronos. Her sanctuary, a fortress of technology and power, stood as the epicenter of the new world order she sought to cement, dictating the course of human evolution according to her whims. This battle tested the limits of Jason's abilities and Ava's ingenuity, pushing them to confront not just the physical might of their adversary, but the ideological chasms that divided them. It was a clash for the soul of humanity itself, a battle between the past's mistakes and the potential for a different future. Through a combination of strategic ingenuity and the resilience of the human spirit, Ava and Jason orchestrated the release of a counter-serum into the global water supply. This daring gambit held the promise of undoing the widespread mutation that had afflicted humanity. The effects were immediate and transformative, washing away the physical and psychological scars inflicted by the original serum. It was a moment of rebirth, restoring the essence of humanity to those it had touched and altering the course of history. In the aftermath of their hard-won victory, the world stood on the brink of a new dawn. The dangers of overreach loomed large, yet there was a palpable sense of hope for the future, a belief that the lessons of the past could guide humanity on a different path. Jason, bearing the indelible marks of his journey, chose to fade away, a ghost of his former self. He left behind a legacy of caution, a world forever altered by his dream, and a cautionary tale about the dangers of hubris. Ava, now celebrated as a beacon of hope, dedicated her life to the task of rebuilding. She committed herself to healing the wounds of a civilization that had glimpsed its own demise, ensuring that the lessons learned would not be forgotten. The tale of Jason Hart concluded not with the triumph of a hero, but with a solemn reflection on the nature of ambition and the responsibilities that come with power. Recorded in the solitude of an undisclosed sanctuary, Jason's final message served as a warning to future generations. With a voice tinged with sorrow and wisdom, he imparted his last words to the world. They were a reminder of the fragile beauty of human ambition and the paramount importance of humility and ethical stewardship in the face of boundless possibility. We flew too close to the sun, not realizing that we were only meant to walk the earth, he whispered into the void, leaving behind a legacy that would echo through the ages, a reminder of a dream that dared to defy the gods and the cost that came with it.